Welcome back, seekers of the supernatural and guardians of the goosebumps. If you've found your way here, it's likely that you share a fascination with the eerie and the inexplicable, the kind of stories that send shivers down your spine and leave you glancing over your shoulder long after the tale has ended. We are not just storytellers, we are explorers of the unknown, delving deep into the realms where history meets horror and reality blurs into the spectral. Today, we embark on the 5th episode of our chilling journey through the haunted landscapes of North America, a continent steeped in mystery, where towering peaks and dense forests whisper secrets older than time itself. In this installment, Most Haunted Places in the Rocky Mountains, Episode 5, we will traverse some of the most infamous locations nestled within these majestic mountains. From abandoned mining towns to remote lodges, from shadowy trails to ancient caves, the Rocky Mountains harbor tales of tragedy, betrayal, and lingering spirits that refuse to fade into oblivion. These are not mere ghost stories. They are fragments of a past that refuses to be forgotten, beckoning us to explore their depths and perhaps confront our own fears. Dim the lights, and prepare to step into the shadows. By the end of this exploration, you'll not only know about the most haunted places in the Rockies but also feel the haunting presence of their histories pressing against your very soul. Are you ready? Let's dive into the heart of the Rocky Mountains' haunted legacy. And remember, what you're about to discover may leave you questioning whether ghosts truly walk among us, or if they've been watching you all along. The Ghosts of St. Elmo, echoes from a forgotten mining town nestled high in the Sawatch Range of Colorado. St. Elmo stands as one of the best-preserved ghost towns in the Rocky Mountains. Once a thriving hub of gold and silver mining during the late 19th century, this small town boasted a population of over 2,000 residents, complete with general stores, saloons, and even a schoolhouse. Yet beneath its picturesque facade lies a darker narrative, one steeped in tragedy, abandonment, and the unshakable persistence of the past. Known as one of the most haunted places in the Rockies, St. Elmo continues to echo with the whispers of those who once called it home, their voices reaching out from beyond the veil. The haunting reputation of St. Elmo dates back to the years following its decline. As the mining industry waned and the railroad bypassed the town in the early 20th century, residents began to leave in droves, abandoning their homes and businesses. But not everyone departed willingly. Local legend tells of Anna Blair, the daughter of one of the town's founders, who refused to leave despite her family's urging. Anna is said to have spent her final days wandering the empty streets, mourning the loss of the vibrant community she once knew. Visitors to St. Elmo often report seeing a translucent figure dressed in period attire, believed to be Anna herself, standing silently near the old general store or gazing out over the desolate landscape before vanishing without a trace. Modern visitors recount similarly unsettling experiences. Tourists exploring the town's weathered structures often describe feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness, as though the air itself resists their presence. Cold spots materialize without warning, sending shivers down spines even on sweltering summer days. Some claim to hear faint piano music emanating from the ruins of the saloon, despite no instruments being present. Others report seeing shadowy figures moving through the windows of abandoned cabins, their forms flickering like candlelight before disappearing altogether. Perhaps the most harrowing tales involve direct encounters with individual spirits. One visitor recounted feeling an icy hand grip her shoulder while standing near the remains of the schoolhouse, though no one else was present. When she turned, she saw nothing but empty fields stretching into the horizon. Another group of tourists claimed to have captured footage of a ghostly figure crouched beside the old stagecoach stop, its movements jerky and unnatural. Upon closer inspection, the figure appeared to be holding something, a child's doll, perhaps, before dissolving into the mist. Adding to the mystery is the phenomenon of residual haunting, where the emotions and actions of the past are replayed like a spectral recording. Paranormal investigators conducting studies at St. Elmo have captured intriguing evidence supporting these claims. Thermal imaging devices have detected humanoid shapes moving through walls, while EVP recordings reveal voices muttering phrases like, "Stay away," and "Don't leave me." Footage captured by some teams appears to show orbs of light hovering near the gravestones in the nearby cemetery, suggesting that the spirits of the fallen continue to watch over the land they once called home. Local historians speculate that the hauntings stem from the sheer scale of suffering endured in St. Elmo. Many miners died in accidents or succumbed to illness, their bodies hastily buried or left unmarked. Others were driven to despair by the harsh conditions and isolation, taking their own lives in the shadow of the mountains. It's believed that these souls remained tethered to the town, unable, or unwilling, to leave the place where they took their final breaths. Despite, or perhaps because of, its sinister reputation, St. Elmo continues to draw thrill-seekers and paranormal investigators eager to test their courage against the unknown. Guided tours occasionally venture into the town after sunset, offering participants a glimpse into its haunted history. However, few dare to explore the uncharted areas, where the darkness seems alive and the air vibrates with an eerie energy. Those who do often emerge shaken, their flashlights drained and their nerves frayed, vowing never to return. For those brave enough to tread its haunted grounds, St. Elmo offers more than just a brush with the supernatural. It serves as a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for both resilience and devastation. The town is a tombstone for the forgotten, a place where the echoes of the past refuse to fade. And as long as the mountains tower above, oblivious to the haunted world beneath their feet, the spirits of St. Elmo will continue to roam, their voices crying out from the shadows, desperate to be heard. The enigmatic echoes of Stanley Hotel, whispers from the grand halls perched majestically at the edge of Rocky Mountain National Park in Estes Park, Colorado. The Stanley Hotel stands as a beacon of elegance and intrigue. Built in 1909 by Freeland Oscar Stanley, the hotel quickly gained fame for its opulent architecture, breathtaking views, and luxurious accommodations. Over the decades, it has hosted celebrities, dignitaries, and countless travelers seeking refuge in its grand halls. Yet beneath its polished facade lies a darker narrative, one steeped in tragedy, mystery, and the unshakable persistence of the past. Known as one of the most haunted places in the Rocky Mountains, the Stanley Hotel has become a magnet for both history enthusiasts and paranormal investigators eager to unravel its spectral secrets. The haunting lore of the Stanley Hotel begins with its founder, F.O. Stanley himself. A man of immense wealth and eccentricity, Stanley designed the hotel as a retreat for the elite, yet his life was marred by personal struggles. After being diagnosed with tuberculosis, he sought solace in the clean mountain air of Estes Park, crediting the environment with saving his life. His gratitude led him to build the hotel, but his spirit, it is believed, remains tethered to the property. Guests staying in room 217, Stanley's former quarters, often report feeling an overwhelming sense of unease, as though the air itself resists their presence. Cold spots materialize without warning, sending shivers down spines even on sweltering summer nights. Some claim to see a gaunt figure clad in turn-of-the-century attire pacing the room, his movements slow and deliberate, as if still overseeing operations. Equally chilling are the accounts tied to the hotel's concert hall, a space renowned for its acoustics and historical significance. Musicians and staff members have recounted eerie encounters with ghostly apparitions believed to be former performers who met untimely ends within the building. Among the most frequently cited spirits is that of a young woman named Lucy, whose tragic story has become a cornerstone of the hotel's haunting lore. According to legend, Lucy was a talented pianist who performed regularly at the hotel but fell victim to a mysterious illness. Today, visitors attending concerts or events in the hall often report hearing faint sobs emanating from the stage. Some claim to have seen the spectral image of a woman in a tattered gown sitting quietly at the piano, her sorrowful gaze fixed on the keys as if longing to play one last melody. Adding to the mystery is the hotel's infamous Room 401, widely regarded as its most active paranormal hotspot. Guests staying in this room have reported objects moving on their own, a lamp falling from a table, a chair scraping across the floor, as if manipulated by unseen hands. One particularly chilling account comes from a couple who claim to have felt an icy breeze rush past them while sleeping, followed by the distinct sensation of fingers brushing against their arms. When they turned, no one was there. Others describe hearing faint whispers carried on the wind, voices speaking in languages they cannot understand. Even the surrounding forest, dense with towering pines and thick underbrush, appears to hold secrets of its own. Campers and hikers exploring the area near the hotel have reported seeing glowing orbs floating among the trees or hearing disembodied laughter echoing through the woods. Skeptics have attempted to rationalize these phenomena, attributing them to natural causes such as shifting foundations, electromagnetic interference, or psychological suggestion. Yet none of these explanations fully account for the consistency and specificity of the reports. Local paranormal investigators conducting overnight studies have captured intriguing footage and audio clips, including EVP recordings of a voice softly calling out names and thermal images showing humanoid shapes moving through walls. While conclusive evidence remains elusive, the cumulative weight of these accounts lends credence to the belief that the Stanley Hotel is indeed haunted. What makes the hotel particularly compelling is its dual identity, as both a functional beacon of luxury and a vessel of mystery. By day, it draws tourists eager to marvel at its architecture and historical significance. By night, however, it transforms into a realm of uncertainty, where the line between the living and the dead blurs into shadow. Whether the spirits of Stanley's era truly haunt its halls or the hotel channels residual energy from its storied past, one thing is certain: those who visit leave with more than just photographs and souvenirs. They carry with them the lingering impression of having brushed against the supernatural. To stand beneath the watchful gaze of the Stanley Hotel is to confront the enduring power of place and memory. Its beams may guide ships to safety, but its shadows seem to beckon curious souls to delve deeper into its mysteries. For those brave enough to heed the call, the hotel promises an unforgettable encounter with the unknown, an experience that reminds us that even the brightest lights can cast the deepest shadows. The phantom lights of Browns Canyon, beacons from beyond. Deep in the heart of Colorado's Arkansas River Valley lies Browns Canyon, a rugged expanse of towering cliffs, dense forests, and winding trails that has drawn adventurers and nature lovers for generations. Known for its breathtaking beauty and challenging terrain, the canyon offers a sanctuary for outdoor enthusiasts seeking solitude and adventure. Yet beneath its serene surface lies a darker narrative, one steeped in mystery, tragedy, and the unshakable persistence of the past. Known as one of the most haunted places in the Rocky Mountains, Browns Canyon continues to echo with the cries of those who perished within its depths, their voices reaching out from beyond the veil. The haunting reputation of Browns Canyon dates back to the early days of European settlement in the region. Prospectors, trappers, and settlers braved its treacherous paths in search of riches, freedom, or simply a new beginning. Many never returned. Local legend tells of a group of miners who ventured into the canyon during a fierce winter storm, only to vanish without a trace. Their lanterns, it is said, still burn in the darkness, guiding, or perhaps warning, those who dare to follow in their footsteps. Visitors to the canyon often report sightings of glowing orbs hovering near the cliffs, their pale blue or green lights darting erratically before vanishing into thin air. Some believe the orbs are the spirits of the lost miners, their restless energy manifesting in luminous form. Others claim the lights resemble campfires, as though the spirits are still searching for warmth and shelter in the unforgiving wilderness. Modern visitors recount similarly unsettling experiences. Hikers traversing the canyon's narrow trails often describe feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, as though the air itself resists their presence. Cold spots materialize without warning, sending shivers down spines even on sweltering summer days. Some claim to hear faint whispers carried on the wind, voices pleading for help or begging for release. Others report seeing translucent figures huddled together in groups, their hollow eyes fixed on the ground as if still enduring the agony of captivity. One of the most harrowing tales involves the spirit of a young prospector named Jacob, whose story has become a cornerstone of Browns Canyon's haunting lore. According to legend, Jacob was separated from his companions during a blizzard and froze to death near a rocky outcrop now known as Jacob's Rest. Today, visitors claim to see his ghostly figure wandering near the site, his movements slow and deliberate as if searching for help that will never come. Others describe hearing faint sobs emanating from the area, accompanied by the sensation of icy fingers brushing against their arms. Adding to the mystery is the phenomenon of residual haunting, where the emotions and actions of the past are replayed like a spectral recording. Paranormal investigators conducting studies in Browns Canyon have captured intriguing evidence supporting these claims. Thermal imaging devices have detected humanoid shapes moving through walls, while EVP recordings reveal voices muttering phrases like, "I'm cold," and "Help us." Footage captured by some teams appears to show orbs of light hovering near the riverbanks, suggesting that the spirits of the fallen continue to watch over the land they once called home. Local historians speculate that the hauntings stem from the sheer scale of suffering endured in Browns Canyon. Harsh winters, treacherous terrain, and isolation turned the canyon into a deadly trap, where survival was a daily struggle and death was a constant companion. Many believe the souls of those who perished remain tethered to the site, unable, or unwilling, to leave the place where they endured their final days. Others point to the desecration of graves in the years following the canyon's settlement, suggesting that disturbed spirits now wander the ground seeking peace. Despite, or perhaps because of, its sinister reputation, Browns Canyon continues to draw thrill seekers and paranormal investigators eager to test their courage against the unknown. Guided tours occasionally venture into the canyon after sunset, offering participants a glimpse into its haunted history. However, few dare to explore the uncharted areas, where the darkness seems alive and the air vibrates with an eerie energy. Those who do often emerge shaken, their flashlights drained and their nerves frayed, vowing never to return. For those brave enough to tread its haunted grounds, Browns Canyon offers more than just a brush with the supernatural. It serves as a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for both resilience and devastation. The canyon is a tombstone for the forgotten, a place where the echoes of the past refuse to fade. And as long as the rivers flow and the mountains stand tall, the spirits of Browns Canyon will continue to roam, their voices crying out from the shadows, desperate to be heard. The shadowy depths of Silver Plume Cemetery, a sanctuary of secrets nestled in the foothills of Colorado's Front Range, the Silver Plume Cemetery stands as a silent sentinel to the boom and bust era of the Rocky Mountain mining towns. Established in the late 19th century, the cemetery served as the final resting place for miners, settlers, and their families who braved the harsh conditions of the high-altitude wilderness in pursuit of wealth and opportunity. Today, the graveyard is a somber monument to the lives lost in the quest for prosperity, its weathered headstones leaning precariously against the elements. Yet beneath its solemn facade lies a labyrinth of hidden spaces and whispered legends, stories that suggest the cemetery harbors secrets far darker than its outward appearance would suggest. Known locally as one of the most haunted places in the Rockies, Silver Plume Cemetery has become a magnet for both the devout and the curious, each drawn by tales of spectral encounters and unexplainable phenomena. The haunting lore of the cemetery begins with its violent past. Many of those buried here met untimely ends, some in mining accidents, others in violent altercations or outbreaks of disease. Local legend suggests that the spirits of these individuals remain tethered to the land, unable, or unwilling, to move on. Visitors venturing into the cemetery often report feeling an overwhelming sense of unease, as though the air itself resists their presence. Cold spots materialize without warning, sending shivers down spines even on sweltering summer days. Some claim to hear faint chanting emanating from the graves, while others describe seeing shadowy figures crouched around an invisible altar, their forms flickering like candlelight before dissipating into the darkness. Above ground, the cemetery's crumbling headstones hold their own share of spectral secrets. Families paying respects to ancestors have recounted eerie encounters with ghostly apparitions believed to be former occupants of the graves. Among the most frequently cited spirits is that of a young girl named Emily, whose tragic story has become a cornerstone of the cemetery's haunting lore. According to legend, Emily was the daughter of a miner who succumbed to illness during a harsh winter when medical care was scarce. Today, visitors walking through the rows of graves often report hearing faint sobs emanating from the area where Emily is buried. Some claim to have seen the spectral image of a girl in a tattered dress sitting quietly atop a headstone, her sorrowful gaze fixed on the horizon as if longing for one last embrace. Equally chilling are the accounts tied to the cemetery's mausoleum, a stone structure that looms over the surrounding landscape like a silent sentinel. Adding to the cemetery's haunted allure are the stories of its caretaker, a man named Henry who served the grounds faithfully for over 3 decades. After his sudden death in the 1950s, strange occurrences began to plague the graveyard. The gates, untouched by human hands, would swing open and shut erratically late at night, filling the empty cemetery with an unsettling creak that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. Some believe Henry's spirit remains tethered to the grounds, ensuring that his legacy lives on even in death. These haunting narratives attract a myriad of visitors, each seeking their own brush with the supernatural. Paranormal investigators equipped with EMF detectors and infrared cameras regularly conduct overnight vigils, hoping to capture undeniable evidence of the cemetery's ghostly inhabitants. Footage captured by some teams appears to show orbs of light hovering near antique headstones, while audio recordings reveal faint whispers and unexplained knocking sounds. Meanwhile, curious tourists attend memorial services or explore the grounds specifically in the hopes of experiencing firsthand the chilling ambience that permeates the air. Silver Plume Cemetery thus serves as a fascinating intersection of remembrance and fear, where the echoes of the past refuse to fade. It invites intrepid souls to delve into its shadowy corridors, daring them to uncover the truths hidden within its haunted halls. For those willing to confront the unknown, the cemetery promises an unforgettable encounter with the spirits of yesteryear, making it a quintessential stop on any haunted journey through the Rocky Mountains. The cursed ground of Independence Pass. Echoes of bloodshed perched high in the Colorado Rockies, Independence Pass stands as a gateway to some of the state's most breathtaking alpine vistas. Stretching over 12,000 feet above sea level, the pass connects Aspen to Leadville via Highway 82, offering drivers a scenic yet treacherous route through jagged peaks and dense pine forests. Yet beneath its awe-inspiring beauty lies a darker legacy, one steeped in tragedy, isolation, and the unshakable persistence of the past. Known as one of the most haunted places in the Rockies, Independence Pass continues to echo with the cries of those who perished along its perilous path, their voices reaching out from beyond the veil. The haunting reputation of Independence Pass dates back to the mid-19th century, when prospectors first ventured into the area in search of gold and silver. Named for the Independence Mine, which struck rich veins of ore in 1879, the pass quickly became a lifeline for miners and settlers eager to stake their claim in the rugged wilderness. But the journey was fraught with danger. Harsh winters, avalanches, and treacherous roads claimed countless lives, leaving behind a trail of sorrow that lingers to this day. Local legend tells of a stagecoach that vanished without a trace during a blizzard, its passengers and driver presumed dead. Their spirits, it is said, still wander the pass, their lanterns flickering in the darkness as they search for salvation or vengeance. Modern visitors recount similarly unsettling experiences. Drivers navigating the winding road often describe feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, as though the air itself resists their presence. Cold spots materialize without warning, sending shivers down spines even on sweltering summer days. Some claim to hear faint cries and sobs emanating from the cliffs, voices pleading for help or forgiveness. Others report seeing translucent figures standing at the edge of the road, their hollow eyes fixed on the horizon before vanishing into the mist. One of the most harrowing tales involves the spirit of a young woman named Sarah, whose story has become a cornerstone of Independence Pass's haunting lore. According to legend, Sarah was traveling with her family to Leadville when their wagon overturned near a sharp bend in the road. Her body was never recovered, and locals believe her spirit remains tethered to the site of the accident. Today, visitors claim to see her ghostly figure wandering near the bend, her movements slow and deliberate as if searching for help that will never come. Others describe hearing faint sobs emanating from the area, accompanied by the sensation of icy fingers brushing against their arms. Adding to the mystery is the phenomenon of residual haunting, where the emotions and actions of the past are replayed like a spectral recording. Paranormal investigators conducting studies along Independence Pass have captured intriguing evidence supporting these claims. Thermal imaging devices have detected humanoid shapes moving through walls, while EVP recordings reveal voices muttering phrases like, "Turn back," and "We're lost." Footage captured by some teams appears to show orbs of light hovering near the roadside memorials, suggesting that the spirits of the fallen continue to watch over the land they once traversed. Local historians speculate that the hauntings stem from the sheer scale of suffering endured on Independence Pass. Harsh winters, treacherous terrain, and isolation turned the route into a deadly trap, where survival was a daily struggle and death was a constant companion. Many believe the souls of those who perished remain tethered to the site, unable, or unwilling, to leave the place where they endured their final moments. Others point to the desecration of graves in the years following the pass's settlement, suggesting that disturbed spirits now wander the grounds seeking peace. Despite, or perhaps because of, its sinister reputation, Independence Pass continues to draw thrill seekers and paranormal investigators eager to test their courage against the unknown. Guided tours occasionally venture into the area after sunset, offering participants a glimpse into its haunted history. However, few dare to explore the uncharted areas, where the darkness seems alive and the air vibrates with an eerie energy. Those who do often emerge shaken, their flashlights drained and their nerves frayed, vowing never to return. For those brave enough to tread its haunted grounds, Independence Pass offers more than just a brush with the supernatural. It serves as a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for both resilience and devastation. The pass is a tombstone for the forgotten, a place where the echoes of the past refuse to fade. And as long as the mountains tower above, oblivious to the haunted world beneath their feet, the spirits of Independence Pass will continue to roam, their voices crying out from the shadows, desperate to be heard. And so, dear viewers and fearless explorers, we arrive at the end of our journey through the haunted heart of the Rocky Mountains, a journey that has taken us from the blood-soaked grounds of Gettysburg to the ghostly corridors of the Carter House, from the spectral lights of Chickamauga's Wilder Tower to the shadowy depths of Andersonville Prison. Along the way, we've uncovered stories of tragedy, resilience, and the unshakable persistence of the past. These haunted places are more than relics of history. They are portals to the unknown, reminders that the echoes of yesterday still reach out to touch us today. But this isn't the end, it's merely the beginning of your own adventure. The spirits of the Civil War era are waiting, and they have much more to reveal to those brave enough to listen. Whether you're planning a road trip to Antietam's Bloody Lane, booking a stay near Vicksburg's old courthouse, or simply diving deeper into the lore of these haunted landmarks, remember that the true magic lies in your willingness to explore. Keep your flashlight handy, your mind open, and your courage steady, because you never know what might be watching from the shadows. If you've enjoyed this journey into the supernatural side of Civil War history, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You won't want to miss our next deep dive into the eerie and unexplained. Share this video/article with fellow thrill seekers, leave your thoughts in the comments, and tell us, which haunted place would you most like to visit, or avoid at all costs? Your engagement fuels our passion for storytelling, and we're grateful to have you as part of this community of curious minds and brave hearts. Until next time, keep chasing the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil. After all, the ghosts of the Civil War are always watching, and sometimes, they're closer than you think. Stay spooky, stay curious, and remember, the unknown is calling. Will you answer?